Is it possible to connect routers from the 1980s and 1990s to a modern day router such as a Starlink? These are Cisco AGS routers. These are the OGs of the internet. These are the second generation of the Cisco AGS routers from the 1980s and 1990s. So what I'm going to do is connect this router using Ethernet to a Starlink. I'll use an Ethernet cable connected to the Starlink. Let's see if this router can connect to the internet today and send traffic onto the internet and get replies from servers on the internet. So what I've done is take the Starlink outside. What I need to do is connect the other side of the Ethernet cable to the AGS, but these have AUI connectors. So what I'll do is connect the Ethernet cable to a transceiver, and then I'll connect that to the AGS. So transceiver connected to Ethernet 0 on the AGS, Ethernet cable connected to the Starlink. I'll also connect my Mac to the console. So I've got a console connection to my Mac so that we can see what's happening. Ethernet cable connected to the Starlink. And what I'll do is turn this on. And as you can see there, router is booting up. Copyright from 1986 to 1995. Router has now booted. So we can see that the router is running the Cisco Internet Operating System software, or iOS. iOS version 10.3. compiled 19th of May 1995. So router is really, really old. So we can see various interfaces. So we can see here that Ethernet 1 is down, but if I type enable, put in my password, and type the command show IP interface brief, we should hopefully see that Ethernet 0 is up. So I've configured the router with an IP address in the same subnet as the Starlink, so we should be able to ping the Starlink. We got a 4 out of 5 success rate. Ping again, 5 out of 5. We should be able to ping cisco.com if everything is working, and there you go, we can. What about google.com? And there you go. So when we pinged the domain name, that was translated by this DNS server to the IP address of google.com, and we were able to ping google.com. Same with cisco.com. Domain server is this. Pings are successful. Show IP route on the router shows us that I have a default static route configured to 192.168.1.1, which is the Starlink router, and show run will show us that we've got DNS configured. You can see various configuration on the router, including a password that you shouldn't use, except maybe in labs like this. IP address connected to the internet, scrolling down, default route, DNS server, which is Google. So router from the 1980s is able to connect to the internet using Ethernet to a really modern router, a Starlink.